15 minutes, we present Episode 8 in the life story and thrilling adventures of the Lone Indian, the original all-Indian program of the air, written and directed by Robert E. Callahan, national authority on the first Americans. Another story of travel and adventure in the dramatic days of the Old West. In our last episode, you were told of the Lone Indian's narrow escape, how he trapped 4 outlaws, was paid $3,000 cash, how Sheriff McFadden warned George Poole a band of Pawnee and Ute Indians were at war near the trail, and that any attempt to take the bag of gold through such a country was foolhardy and dangerous. Despite this warning, we find the Poole caravan resuming its long, weary journey. My friends, for 3 days the caravan had been winding through canyons and gorges overhung with colorful crags and boulders, hemmed in by snow-crowned peaks the whole year round. A scenic land unlike any other on the American continent, the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. No trouble had come to our caravan during the past few days, but they were now approaching Hell's Canyon, known as the toughest hole between Kansas and California. It was a narrow road made by trappers and traders, winding between fantastic ledges and rock formations resembling strange, weird, ghostly places of mystery, a rendezvous for the outlaws of that time. Many pioneers had been lost in this part of the wilderness. Halfway through the canyon, the Lone Indian came to a sudden halt, his eagle eyes on the antics of smoke curling above the distant forest. One puff, another, then a third. A pause. 2 puffs, another. Then white, whirling smoke shot up. Ah, they were signal fires. Poole did not know what they meant, and there was tense apprehension among our friends. But the Indian gave a deep grunt, shook his head, and the caravan moved on. Sunset found our friends encamped among the pines, where they spent a night of peace and rest, breaking camp at dawn, moving on, soon to enter a country of scrubby pines, cedars, and underbrush. By mid-afternoon, they had reached a stream over which some prospector had made a crude log bridge. Beyond the bridge lay a pine and cedar forest, the floor of which was a mass of underbrush, dry as desert dust. And beyond the forest, the road led out over rising ground into the Utah desert. It was near this bridge, a few yards from the roadside, that Poole encamped to water and rest his team. The sky was clear, the air soft and sweet with the perfume of cedar and pine. And as the twilight shadows fell, a golden moon rose above the cedar brakes. Our friends were enjoying a peaceful meal, and Buck and his banjo were in tune with Uncle Ezra's old fiddle, which he had brought all the way from Missouri, little thinking of the impending situation.
Well, Buck, what do you say? Suppose we knock off for 2, huh?
All right, Uncle Ezra. What do you want to play, huh?
Let's play that old kick and reel.
Before you're doggone shooting. Papa Pappy taught me that when he did.
All right, boys and dolls, let's go.
Sure tootin', let her go, Buck. I'm going to later, Fred.
Oh, I hope it's not Indian.
What's the matter, Mama?
It's no time to ask questions, darling. Climb in the wagon.
It's Indians, look.
Oh, I save you my child.
Don't do anything, Mother. Let your hand go.
Lord, quiet as we ever be.
Well, it looked bad, but the Pawnees dashed by the caravan, raced over the bridge, and disappeared in the forest. But as they got under cover, on the peak of a barren ridge ahead came 200 youths, some mounted, some afoot, all armed and moving down the hill like a swarm of bees. The lone Indian knew he could escape by leaping into the forest. But he was thinking of his friends. His first thought was to burn the bridge so the youths could not pass. But knowing they were daring horsemen, and after the impending battle might wipe out the caravan, he knew his only chance of saving his friends was to ignite the forest beyond the bridge. With the forest afire, the Pawnees must come from cover, meet the Utes, and the battling Utes would win the fight and return to their village. Of this he was sure. So from his buckskin pouch he took pitch and smeared it on several arrow flints, then sent a blazing shaft into the brush beyond the bridge, and the spot caught fire. A second arrow, to the right of the bridge, ignited another place. A third and fourth lower down. A fifth went whizzing further away, and the mighty forest became a roaring furnace. Massive rolling smoke and belching red flames swept through the toppling trees like great clouds filled with fire, lunging, plunging, climbing higher, until the boiling black smoke, sheets of flame and terrific heat drove the Pawnees into open. And our friends stood frozen to the ground as they eyed the whirling, twisting, roaring fire eating its way through the beautiful forest. In 20 minutes, the dry cedar brakes and evergreen trees became a bed of ashes and burning embers, a scene of death and desolation. The Utes had gone back, and the mighty flames were still roaring in the distant hills. About midnight, however, a breeze moved over the barren landscape. The night wore on in solitude and sadness. And when morning broke, the Pawnees were in the ashes of fate. The mighty forest, only a memory. Clouds were gathering above the dull, gray, barren landscape. And in order the road might be free of hot cedar beds, the lone Indian, like a statue, his arms upstretched, his eyes facing the east, made a plea to the thunder god that rain might come to clear the way so they could resume their long and weary journey.
May we remind you, on each disc, space has been left for your opening and closing commercial announcements. Each program is new, distinctive, and so arranged that you may broadcast daily 3 to 6 times each week over a period as long as you desire. The Lone Indian program has had a 3-year continuous run in Los Angeles, 4 to 5 times each week, with a special entrancing Spanish episode on Sunday nights. Each sponsor has exclusive rights to this broadcast in his community and is fully protected in his buying territory. We recommend using our merchandising plan by giving lucky wampum in exchange for sales slips issued by the sponsor. Any sponsor, however, may use the program with or without any premium features. Copy for commercial announcements, sketches of Indian chiefs and historical events for your local paper are a part of the free service we give each sponsor. You may run this program to suit your time, stock, and trade. It will become a byword to thousands of shoppers in your community. The Lone Indian broadcast is a builder of new business, confidence, and goodwill. Now we hear Mr. Callahan giving the Lone Indian's prayer.
Well, my friends, our campfire is growing dim. It is time for solitude and sleep. So out here beneath the beautiful, friendless stars, and upon the sacred shield of life, we place an eagle feather. It is symbolic of good thought, faith, and honor, by which we make our pledge for tomorrow. We will arise each day smiling, cheerful, friendly, and courteous to everyone. We will be kind to mother, good to father, loyal to friends, keep our promises, and never criticize anyone. We will think before we speak, hold our temper when things go wrong, and every day, in some unselfish way, we will try to make others happy. And now we extend to you our pipe of peace, the sacred pipe of friendship and hope. As the curling smoke wends its way to the happy hunting ground, we ask the Great Spirit to give you health, strength, sunshine, and to entwine your heart with the golden band of peace, of love, and eternal happiness. Yo-ho means farewell. Alcola means friend, and Notabar means love. So as the Indian said in signs, we say yo-ho, Alcola, Notabar to you.
Remember, the Lone Indian broadcast teaches lessons in kindness, courage, friendship, and will leave many good thoughts in your home. This disc is for sample purposes only, is copyrighted in every detail by Robert E. Callahan and the Olson Sound Studios of Hollywood, California, who can release to you the exclusive rights of this broadcast in your community.